YouTube. Happy Saturday to you. Welcome back for another one. It's another weekend, which means we got to put more work in on little homie right here. As you can tell, we're in the back. We're in the bed of little homie. Our mission for today is to create a floating storage system. Because in the back of these beds, there's not much room for anything. The dimensions are 4 feet 4 inches by 3 feet 9 inches. So it's a little wider than it is longer. So we need to create storage if you want to carry things around in these things. So as you can tell, I got some ammo boxes down here. Ammo boxes, you can buy aftermarket ones. They come from China. You get them online all day long, or you can get the real deal used ammo boxes from surplus stores. All depends on what you want to spend. All depends on if you want brand new or not. In my opinion, I went with the Chinese version. They were at the right price for me, and I like brand new stuff most of the time. So, my idea is to create 6 ammo boxes across the bed of the truck, the Humvee. But I want my ammo boxes to appear as if they're floating across. And by them appearing as they're floating, I don't lose storage space underneath these ammo boxes. So what I went ahead and did was went to my local hardware store, Ace Hardware, and I purchased these brackets, 45-degree L brackets. And my intentions are to bolt them to the wall, because this back panel here is about 1/4 inch thick, pretty sturdy. Bolt these to the wall with the ammo boxes placed on top. Not in this exact location, but you get the idea. It's actually going to be down here. Bolted to the wall, ammo boxes sitting on top, bolted to the bracket. And what that does is that leaves more space for me to throw something in the bed of the truck and still have my storage on top. So we got 5 bolt holes for the ammo boxes themselves. I'm only going to use 3, more than enough. And we got 3 holes on the bracket, which I'm going to use to attach it to the bulkhead or the back panel of the Humvee. As you can also tell, I have a piece of angle iron stretched across the bed with the level at the center point. You probably can't tell, but the bubble is dead center. So that lets me know my angle iron is level. I drew a line underneath that particular angle iron in case I have to get that angle iron out of the way. I know where my center line is going to be, the level line is going to be. So, with that particular measurement in place, it's just a matter of creating the right height for this angle, finding the locations, the exact locations of the ammo boxes, bolting this to the wall. Once all 6 are lined up and level, then go ahead and mounting the ammo boxes to the bracket. Let's see how that works out. Let me go ahead and give you a bird's eye view of the top of the Humvee if you've never seen it before. Mine in particular has a turret cover. So at some point, this Humvee might have been equipped with a gun, 50 caliber gun mounted on top. I don't know the exact model, make and model, but it was covered over at some point also. So that's what the circle was for. That's what the opening is for. Give you a better understanding of what I'm trying to accomplish here. As you can see, that's almost the exact height that I want the ammo boxes to sit at. Just a couple inches more going up, and it's almost level. There you can see the other ammo boxes. That's the location they'll be in, but they just need to go up at that point. So hopefully you get the idea of what I'm trying to accomplish, what the mission is for today. All right, YouTube, here we go. This is where we stand so far. So, here's the bottom end of the ammo box. Here's the 5 holes, mounting holes. Like I told you, we're only going to use 3. But the ammo box has an indentation right there. It's part of the design. That indentation is where I'm going to need 2 bolts at. I'm actually going to run 3 bolts like I told you. So it's basically going to go bolt here, and a bolt here. 2 towards the back to prevent it from leaning forward and pulling away from the bracket, pulling away from the wall. But because of the indentation, I have to put spacers. And for spacers, I'm going to use 2 little thin washers that fit the 1/4 inch bolt. Like I told you, we're running 1/4 inch hardware. That allows me to place the bracket, fill the gap in that indentation underneath the bracket with 2 washers. Basically, running it like so. And the third bolt will be here. So 2 on the end to prevent it from leaning forward, like I told you. 1 in the front, just to stabilize it. Keep the ammo box from shifting side to side. And the 3 for the bulkhead, the back wall of the cab. So we just need to figure out a way to center this bracket on the bottom of the box. We also need to get the right gapping between the box and the wall, because the box has a lid that opens up. You can't have the box. You can't have the box right next to the wall. Because you're going to be preventing the box from opening up. If you got it right against the wall and bolting it down, you're going to have a hard time getting that lid open. So I'll show you over here. Okay, YouTube. Hopefully this will give you a better visual explanation of what I'm talking about. Here's your L bracket against the bulkhead. It won't be here. It'll be further down in the bed. But just for a scenario. Ammo box, bolted from the bottom to the L bracket. Can't be right against the bulkhead. Can't be flush against that. It'd be nice for looks, but you won't be able to open the lid to the ammo can. Now without scratching the body anyhow. So what I need to do is create a gap, maybe 1/4 inch, 3/16, maybe 1/4 inch from the closest point, which is the top of the lid, to the wall. So create a gap, 3/4 inch or 3/16 inch to 1/4 inch, allowing me to have full access, full opening abilities of the ammo can. So it's not just a matter of placing the can on the L bracket. It's about distance as well to the back wall and centering the L bracket to the bottom of the ammo can. It's a lot of measurements involved, in other words. Nothing hard, nothing complicated, nothing you can't do. But some things you have to take into consideration, especially if you want things to be level, be lined up, look nice, be attractive in a way, and be unique at the same time. So remember, a lot of people that own these Humvees, and there's no right or wrong way of configuring your Humvee. You can place an ammo can anywhere you want to place it. You can place a gas can anywhere you want to place it. You can place a storage container anywhere you want to place it. There's no right or wrong. But at least make it look good after you're done. That's what we're all about over here. Don't half-ass anything. So let's get back to it. Okay, you. Oh, you motherfucker. Woo. Okay, YouTube. We're making some progress here. Starting off with one can in the corner. As you can see, pretty much got a level with the top of the bed. It could probably go up maybe 1/16 of an inch. But that's all right, because I cut down the back end of these angle irons a good amount, hopefully precisely to the amount that I need to get it flush with this beam. That beam signifies where this angle iron needs to sit underneath the toolbox. All right, let's try to give you a different viewpoint. Hopefully you're able to see me. It's kind of dark in the shop. But, like I was saying, I went ahead and cut down the back end of the angle iron from the floor of the bed. If I go ahead and bolt that into place, that puts me right at the position of where I need to be underneath the ammo box. Remember, this bar here represents the bottom of the ammo box. So this angle iron is underneath the bottom of this ammo box, in theory. So if I went ahead and bolt those 3 holes there for the 6 ammo cans, I should be roughly where I need to be as far as height-wise on the ammo cans. Of course, we'll put a level on them all the way across and see where we stand. But now it's just a matter of drilling the 3 mounting holes into the wall here. Let's make it happen. See what it does. YouTube. We still at it. YouTube. It's a whole lot later. To be honest, it's a whole lot later. Had to make a couple trips to the hardware store, get some stainless steel bolts. If you're going to put bolts on the outside of a vehicle and you're going to paint that vehicle later, you might want to invest in some stainless steel bolts and nuts and washers or whatever it is. Whatever bolts or whatever hardware is going to be on the outside of the vehicle. Because as soon as those elements hit it, and that water and rain and cold weather hits it, it's going to start to rust. Then that rust is going to start to run down your paint job. And then you did all that work for nothing. But we still at it, YouTube. We're making progress, like I said. As you can see, I got 2 brackets in. One down there and one over there. What I'm doing is putting 2 outer brackets in because the bed is not completely 100% flat. So it kind of goes up a little bit on the ends. I don't know if it was designed that way or just from years and years of throwing stuff in the bed, it took the shape of a bin. So anyway, that's the reason I did the outer brackets first, because those are going to be the higher points. So everything else can line up to the high points and go straight across and make a straight line with the other brackets, the other 4 or 5 brackets. So I thought it was very important that I started with the outside edges and get those 2 brackets in. Once again, I'll show you. And I also placed a angle iron on top to confirm that those 2 angle brackets or L brackets are level. And they are. The bubble's right in the center. So that's a good starting point, YouTube. Start off with 2, and you work your way to the center, trying to keep level at the same time. So what I'm gonna do is take the other angle irons and pick them up and line them up with the bottom of the angle iron here, down there. Here we go again, once again, YouTube. Like I was saying, I'm basically gonna take the remaining L brackets, and what I'm doing is I'm using duct tape. And where they go, one here, let's say here, for example. Put it up to the wall. Pretty much center it. Temporarily hold it down with duct tape. I have a general idea by leveling the angle iron with the other angle iron where I'm supposed to be at. If I'm a little off, that's okay. When these things are lined up and everything's painted and other things are in the bed of the truck, they're a little bit off, believe me, you won't even notice. But that's how I'm going to do the rest. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 more to tackle. And I know this is aluminum, but this is some military grade aluminum. This stuff is really hard to drill through. You would think it'd go through like butter. Nah, not mine anyway. So anyway, I'm going to try to do this for a couple more hours. Hopefully I can finish this tonight. Well, at least a good chunk of it anyhow. And don't forget you can do it too. So hopefully it's helping you. And one man can tackle on any project. You don't need a team. You just need dedication. So hang on in there, YouTube. We'll be right back. Okay, YouTube. Here we are, next day. This is where we stand so far. As you can see, got all 6 brackets in. Aligned pretty good, as best as I can get them. Against the vertical wall. Got the level on top, almost perfectly leveled. Problem is, these L brackets, like I told you before, some of them are twisted a little bit, some of them are bent down a little bit, and that's how they come when you buy them. So what I got to do is I'm gonna attempt to place the ammo cans on top and pre-drill them. But what I'm gonna have to do is take the L brackets when I'm done, all said and done. Take the L brackets to my fabricator, a welder. He has a welding table, and usually those are square and flat, and just what you need to make a piece of metal an exact shape, an exact size, an exact 45 degree. That's what I need out of these L brackets over here. So to continue on, like I said, I think I can place the ammo cans on top, even though they may not be completely level on the L bracket, but I can get them pre-drilled, 3 holes under each one. And that might be all I can do for now. But we'll see how it goes. Stay tuned. I'm back just for a quick second. I had an idea pop up in my head. I didn't do anything to the boxes yet, but I did place them on the stand. So here's an exact visual of how things are gonna look. But take notice, the boxes are leaning, because like I said, the brackets are leaning. But that can be taken care of later on down the road, and I'll give you an idea of what they look like on the brackets in a leaning formation. Then I'm gonna place something underneath them to try to get them level. They give you a better point of view. So now what I'm gonna do is just place an object like this nut underneath the ammo can and the bracket. Try to level it out a little bit, and we'll see how that looks. All right, YouTube, here we go. This looks pretty good to me. Tell me what you think. Now, if you look below, you can see that I'm just using a bolt. I'm just using a bolt for now, but just to give you an idea of how things will end up. Now, I could simply run I could simply run an angle iron across all these from end to end and bolt it to the inside of the bed. That would be a simple solution. But since I don't do things simple, my idea, I think I'm still going to try to make happen. And that's to make these ammo cans look like they're floating. If I run a piece of ammo, or excuse me, if I run a piece of angle iron underneath, you know, it may look tacky. I'm not sure. I may end up having to do that. I'm not sure either. But we're going to try to make this happen the way we want to originally try to create this thing to end up being. So never give up on your ideas, even though they may seem difficult. Always try to pursue them. Always try to achieve them. Always try to fulfill them to the best of your abilities. At least you'll know in the end that you tried and you gave it your all. And if you still want to do it, give it to somebody else. Maybe they can complete it for you. But we're going to see how it goes, YouTube. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to finish this project today, this weekend. If not, you'll see it on a future episode completely done. So let's see what happens while we got a little time left. As you can see, I got my gap between the ammo can lid and the wall. That will allow it to open and close, hopefully without hitting the wall. I haven't tested it yet, but I obviously need a gap. As you can see, everything is pretty much flush. I think it'll look good. Definitely be unique. I haven't seen another Humvee with a setup like that in the bed. Well, YouTube, you know what? One last glance. I put the angle iron in front of the, underneath the toolboxes in the front portion. It don't look too bad. Tell me what you think. Not too bad. I'm kind of digging this look too. If I went with this route, I could be done with a whole lot sooner. I won't need to get a welder involved and straighten out the brackets. I'll just bolt everything together and they'll straighten themselves out. So who knows? Not sure exactly what I'm gonna do yet, but that's another option. Now that I put the two looks together, I can rock either one. Anyway, YouTube, remember around here we keep it all the way peanut. Enjoy your week. Peace out.